All right, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and
Morning.
welcome back to the I Win Morning Show. Now, of course, I've got to say Wakanda Forever. I hope you went and saw Black Panther 2 because we got to make this a reality. But before we even go any further, Dr. Danny, JT, the brand master, it's so good to see you guys. Good morning and welcome, welcome, welcome. How are
Good,
y'all?
Morning.
good morning, Thanksgiving week.
Thanksgiving week, Thanksgiving. Like everybody don't celebrate Thanksgiving, but for those who are getting together with their families this week, you may be calling it family reunion week. Whatever you're celebrating, we hope that you're celebrating family, love. Of course, we're thankful. We should be thankful every day. Practicing Thanksgiving as a lifestyle. But for those who may not be into the holiday season quite yet, we are wishing you a very thankful, like my church sent me this awesome card. Thankful Thanksgiving season for those who may not be stuck on the holiday. But I am excited about some turkey on this Thursday. I am excited
Are
about
you
that. All
cooking?
right. What am I cooking? Come on now. Let's be realistic. Listen, if you are tuned in this morning, please make sure you like and share this conversation with people to get them connected to the conversation. We are excited to be back for show number 3 of the I Win Morning Show. And of course, our team, Dr. Danny, JT, the brand master, myself, Professor JBA, are excited to be motivating, inspiring, and most importantly, empowering you to win as you start off the work week. Now, go to educationalentities.com to check out all of our shows. Get connected to us on YouTube. We are excited to hear your comments today, see about you as we continue to evolve on the show and with this show. Now, we're all about winning on the show, but I'm going to kick it right off to Dr. Danny, who is going to bring us our morning affirmations. So y'all get ready for the prophetess to come on strong and give us an amazing affirmation for this morning. That's me teasing Dr. Danny, but go ahead, Dr. Danny. I'm passing the mic over to you.
Well, thank you and good morning. So, last week we talked a little bit about vision and hope. So let me put on my specs so that I can see clearly. There we go. Okay. So I want to talk about vision with this affirmation because I believe that what we often do is we envision ourselves as other people instead of envisioning ourselves as God intended us to be as individuals. So my affirmation is this: things that you cannot find, God has given you the authority and the ability to create. Things that you cannot find,
Come
God is
on.
giving you the authority and the ability to create. So envision yourself as the innovator. Change your specs. Okay? Thank you.
Oh, come on now. Change your specs.
Change your
Listen,
specs.
that was super dope. Change your specs. I like that. Wipe your camera lenses. I'm going to go with that's what Ray was connecting to clean your specs. Wipe your camera lenses, clean your specs. Wipe off the camera on your iPhone, but also open up your minds, your vision, right? How you are viewing
Yeah.
things, how you're receiving things. That is so super important, right? I mean, we got to be realistic about this. Everything's not going to be done for you. You got to get out and do some things for yourself. So that means get out and see the world, get exposed to different things. So Dr. Danny, yeah, wipe off those specs, clean them off, get some new exposure, see some new beauty, see the beauty in things. So I love that. Super dope. Dr. Danny, all right. That was our morning affirmation, everyone. Now, of course, JT,
Come
we're
on.
passing the mic to you. We're passing the mic to JT to
Ooh.
come through with the inspiration after the affirmation.
Come on. Well, love. There it is. No, I'm playing. I'm totally playing. Totally playing. Totally playing. So this is coming again. Wake up, be inspired from a book. And it was a quote from Russell Simmons that said, "If you wake up deciding what you want to give yourself versus what you're going to get, you become a more successful person." In other words, if you want to make money, you have to help someone else make money. And I thought about this because this is the week of Thanksgiving. This is the week where we are pushing and striving to give back. So this is what I wrote. I said this quotation is very powerful because it speaks about the title of this inspirational book, Wake Up. He said, if you wake up and you're deciding you want to give versus what you're going to get, you're going to be successful. I connect that when the principle that I have grown up with, whatever you sow, you shall reap. Let's be honest, a lot of us would rather get than give or sow. Listen to this. I found the more I give, the more I gave, the more I got. And a lot of us got what was more than what we gave. The challenge for you today is to look at your giving record, not just your financial record. How is it that, or unlikely, when you look at your giving record, if it is an imbalance, let's balance it on today. I challenge some of you to really choose to give more than you're looking to get, because I am that person that will, when I find myself kind of my finances or my energy is low, I start finding out how can I give back to someone. And I'm not even posting about it because, people have the tendency to where when they're getting ready to do something nice, they got to share it. They got to post about it. It's not about how many likes I can get. It's about how much I can put into this world. So the prayer today is, Father, I am a giver and a receiver. Today I focus on giving first. I am a giver. I also am a receiver. Give me the income, the influence, so I can balance the gift others, bless and gift others on today. So I challenge you all today, give. Don't look so much just on the receiving. You're going to receive. It's the principle. But focus more on giving your time, your love, your energy, your connections, your influence. Give that on today and watch to see how much of the world you will change.
Love it.
Okay. All right, man. That's super
That's
dope.
it.
Listen, everybody, if you're tuning in, we appreciate you guys being connected to the I Win Morning Show. We are all about winning collectively, but also individually. Dr. Danny gave us our morning affirmation. That was JT, the brand master, giving us some inspiration this morning. And they came straight out the gate with some amazing words, and we're going to get into our conversation. But I want to do a public service announcement because, of course, that's what I do. Public service announcement number one, Nas has dropped another album, King's Disease. Now, you take that as you may. It's an amazing album. I think that it connects to spiritually looking at the book of King James, but also really taking the Bible and making it applicable to our lives right now. Went to a conference this weekend. Shout out to Sharif El-Mekki and the Black Male Educators convening. We had a closing speaker that spoke about this and how it's super deep, y'all. The Smalls principle. I talked about Robert Smalls and Biggie Smalls. And, I lived in Cuba. So, of course, in Cuba, Biggie is, considered and called to be a prophet. Now, in America, we just say, oh, he's a rapper and it was gangster rap and it's blah, 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 blah. But see, I'm an ELA teacher by trade. So I have students who are rappers and who are artists and musicians. And there's an art to storytelling that is in rap music. So don't discount rap music just because it may not be the exact same words that is in the King James Bible. But if we really look at what our ancestors have told us, there's nothing new under the sun. So, connecting that to what Dr. Danny gave us earlier and what JT, the brand master, just gave us right now, you got to clean those specs off. You got to look outside of the box. Don't just close God into one thing and say God is only in the church. God is everywhere. All things, right? So just bringing back that connection for you guys. Again, if you're tuned in, if you're live on Facebook, connect some other people to this conversation. Of course, if you're on YouTube, get the people connected. It's so good to see family near and far that's connected to this conversation. All right, y'all. I think we're ready to go into the big question because we got a lot. We got a lot to talk about today. Our big question for this week. Go to educationalentities.com. Go to the first couple of episodes to check out what our big conversation has been around on the other shows. But for this morning, I wish I had a drum roll coming through. Where's the church musician at this morning? The big question this morning is, what's on your menu? Now, you guys know we're getting ready for the Thanksgiving holidays. Families are coming together, but also some families are not coming together. And it's a reality there that where some people may be happy and joyous during this time of year, there are others who are going through some times where they isolate themselves, right? Because it's some extreme pain that can be connected to the holiday season. And so we want to get right into that. We're talking everything from remix. We're talking everything from forgiveness to reconciliation this morning with our families. But we're asking you guys, those who are watching, what is on your menu for the holiday season? Dr. Danny, JT Brandmaster, let's go.
Well, you know,
this is going to be good. This is really going to be good.
It is. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm hungry. I'm hungry, right? I'm a Southern girl, and I got to tell you, nostalgia has kicked in because I am the pie master for Thanksgiving. No matter what happens leading up to Thanksgiving, I bring peace in my pies because I got grandma's recipe.
Come on.
My mama and I, we had a little tension on Thanksgivings because Thanksgiving was her big production. And I can tell you, but when Thanksgiving Day showed up and I brought the pies, we were all at peace. So I think what is on my menu is peace. That's number one. I want some peace in my pie.
Now, guys, you know,
not just a piece of a pie, but peace in my mind.
That's right.
Peace in your mind and your spirit. You know, you can do a lot. God got to help me, but you know, hallelujah. Dr. Danny, come on and open the door for us. You got to get a piece, however you want to take that. But you know, piece of pie. I want key lime. I want apple. God bless those who got that read just then. But yes, listen, you got to get what you need, and that's important because I go back to what I teach my students. You have to be able to tell people what it is that you need, what you don't need, what you want, what you don't want, what you like, what you don't like. And so, boom, boom, boom. Going back to that King Disease with Nas, right? You got to be able to be upfront. How many people can be their authentic selves and just say, hey, this is what's real? That was super dope, Dr. Danny. Now, I do
Thank you.
I was throwing out key limes, you know, on purpose because I do want to
come on.
Catch it in the spirit.
Just go ahead. Listen, you can go in the comments. I haven't seen. We may not have any pie eaters, but if you got a request, you know, you got to make yourself known. Like, go ahead and put it out there. Take that as you may. Right. All right.
Brother Jason, the word says, "You have not because you ask not."
The art of communication. Yeah, you got to ask for what you want. So, you know, I'm just saying, like,
yeah,
just putting it out there. That was good though. Super dope. I love that.
What you got, JT? What's on your menu?
I like that too.
Thank you.
So my menu, I'm literally making chess cake and potato pie. Now, if you understand, I'm from Alabama. We don't call it sweet potato pie. We say potato pie.
Oh Lord.
And for everyone that understood what I was saying, you are now connected to me in the spirit because you understand that we don't have to have the whole word. We're just going to have the indicator because the key of it is potato because I'm already nice and sweet in my heart. Huh? I don't have to put it in the pie. I come with the joy, with the connection, with the love. So doing that, that's it, Raymond. Potato pie. You don't even have to spell it the right way because it has it. So yeah, I'm going to be doing potato pie and chess cake. Chess cake is something that's very very kind of like a home kind of family tradition situation. And with that, I've always wanted to connect to the whole element of family. Because family is what's going to be heavily on there. We're not connecting as much as we usually do. Family has, other things going on, but we're still being intentional about connecting, intentional about, spending time together and catching up and getting to know. Now, granted, we do have a family thread and we are a little shady in there, but, we come together on Thanksgiving to ensure that not only do we say that we love each other, but we show up. We show up, our presence, our connection is there. So we have chess cake, potato pie, and family. That's what we got.
Can you clarify this? Because Brother Ray brought up a good point. Is it chest cake or chess? 2 S's, 3 S's.
Chess.
Chess cake. Okay.
Chess cake. Chess cake. Chess cake. You got like some pecans in there. It's like a mixture of like pecan pie and cake. And when you mix that thing together, heaven, it smiles on you. Like you almost get to the feet of Jesus. When you taste it, you almost be like, this is what heaven feels like. God has to be coming around the corner. Because he's coming around the corner. That's what we are.
Oh, I don't know about y'all, but I'm rolling up to Tara's house. She's doing the
Tara said that on her menu.
Yeah.
We got it up there, guys. Go ahead, Dr. Danny.
Yeah, I'm rolling up to her house. I'm gonna find her address because I want to slice it out.
Rest reflection along with some lemon coconut cake. Listen, the menus are coming in, y'all. Let's go to one more. It says I'm doing homemade banana pudding. I make my pudding from scratch. All right, that's dope. We got some cooks that are connected now. And scream Wakanda.
You notice that they put when people put homemade, I feel like they really can cook. Because they're just not saying it, they're saying homemade. Like, no, we put some energy, some thought, some patterns into this. This is not no Publix. Right. This is homemade.
Nothing wrong with Publix. Nothing wrong with Publix.
The Publix is good though. Now I just want to just put that out there. But homemade, it is something.
Yeah. No, don't say it.
It is something though about homemade, and I think that's so good. Thinking about homemade, I would say what's on my menu that connects to homemade is not a traditional food item, but on my menu it's legacy. I'm being very intentional this season. This has been a beautiful year, but it's also been a very rough year. I'm thinking about family members that are, really battling mental health challenges and how to stabilize being Black in America. And so I'm thinking about legacy. I'm thinking about what my great grandparents would say, what they would do, what they would instill within us, but also in accepting the fact that outside of cooking, one of the things that I do carry from my ancestors is being able to bring us together. And so that's my lane. I'm being intentional about making sure that families are connecting and that everybody received their card in the mail. Now, if you are on our Lily's Foundation card list, you probably just received a card in the mail from me. So that's my lane, making sure that we're connected. I want to really be intentional about driving legacy, having real conversations around, Uncle so-and-so, had cancer and it was passed down, or, Auntie so-and-so had this, because that's how you have these real conversations around, well, how did they make it through? What was their story? And so, I'm a storyteller. I'm all about helping people to share their stories, because when you share your story, it helps someone else. So that's what I'm bringing to the menu for family this week in celebration of Thanksgiving.
I love it. I wanted to say too that it's something about Thanksgiving where it's all about the fellowship. And I don't know what other families do, but I know in the Black culture, that's where we fellowship. And I say the word fellowship because fellowship comes from the church. And so there's nothing like the way we do that. And I am in awe of what we do and how we do it, because I can tell you Sunday dinners used to be the same way. It would be Thanksgiving on Sundays.
Yeah, that's it.
And it was the conversation. Yeah. The food was the bonus, but you were talking to folks, and like you talking about legacy, getting the stories and laughing. We got memories that we are just like creating at the table. So I hope that people can put that on their list. It's not about what you're eating, it's who you're fellowshipping with.
That was the word right there. Who you're fellowshipping with.
And I also think about every year, it's like the changing of the guards as well. And I'm encouraging people who are a part of a family, don't just sit on the sideline to get, but as I said about giving, how much help can you give? How much help can you connect to? Because I know when I grew up, my great-grandmother, my grandmother, and my auntie, all of them was cooking in the kitchen. Well, Lord has called my great-grandmother, my grandmother to their mansion, so it's my auntie, and she's not in the best of health. So guess who's stepping in? Their children are stepping in. I'm stepping in. I got my auntie texting me on Facebook now, y'all. Nothing. We were talking about something totally different. I think we was doing a website, and she goes in. Everyone that was like, "This is great. This is wonderful." She says tater pie, and I'm like, "Oh my Lord!" But guess what? She was letting me know she wanted potato pie, but I felt great because I used to wait on your cooking. Now you're waiting on mine, and I can't disappoint. So I really say, as this is going and there's like a changing of the guard, don't run from it, run to it, run to see how we can keep the legacy going of what we grew up on, asking them. Now I do know sometimes them older people are strong in keeping those recipes kind of tucked in their heart, but you know, we're gonna pray that it get easier this year, that they'll share a little bit of what they're doing so that you can. But I really think, you know, you saying it, Jason, I think it's something we really need to really sit more into. How do we keep the legacy going? If you haven't done anything, go in this year asking questions on how we can keep this unit and this connectivity going, encouraging everyone not to get so busy, but make sure that that family's there. And I hate when people be like, we don't cook like we used to no more. Well, are you cooking? Are you putting the effort in? Are you trying to get some stuff, or are you just sitting back waiting for somebody to do something for you? No. Put your hands in, give your energy so that we can keep what we grew up on living today. That's what I wanted to also add to that.
I love that. You know what? I'm going to add to that too. Because let me tell you, the best part about Thanksgiving is not the actual day, but it's the day after. It's what you do with those leftovers that counts, right? And those leftovers, it ain't not
little. Who eating turkey for breakfast?
Okay. Turkey hash. Ham and grits with red-eye gravy. But we're not talking just about food. It's what is left over after Thanksgiving dinner. Those relationships, those conversations, those pictures. Y'all, the pictures are everything. Get your selfie game together.
Get your selfie game together. It's all about the day after, what you do in the moment. And Dr. Danielle, that's so powerful because the closing speaker at the conference challenged us to say, listen, the convening is coming to an end. It's what you do the day after, and that resonated with us because it was like, when we go back to our prospective cities and countries, people came from all over the world to celebrate and empower Black male educators. And the takeaway was, what do we do the day after? And so that is the challenge. Everyone who's watching that, if you are watching this live on Facebook, you're enjoying this conversation, you know that most of us are getting up. We're either on the way to work, at work, or, you know, preparing to go into work. Now, some of us are off, so we may be asleep. We got to watch this when we get up around 12 o'clock, which is good. But if you are up, go ahead and make sure you share this conversation out because we want to hear what's happening in your household. Everybody's family tradition is different. We want to celebrate that. We want to invite that. I also want to drive us into the direction of forgiveness and reconciliation as being things that are on our menus this week. And so definitely want to hear Dr. Danny's perspective and also JT, the Brandmaster's perspective around forgiveness, some tips, some strategies around things that we must do to have some of the hard conversations that are appropriate to have around this season.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things is making sure that what you're doing is you're being intentional. You know, forgiveness is, people always go, well, they ain't gonna listen to me if I come to them, and so why should I apologize? Well, it's not about the person, the other person, as much as it's about you. You need to get into the habit of putting yourself out there and asking for forgiveness. And even if it's been so long ago, because we can hold some grudges, but it's about saying, I don't know what I may have done, but let's clear the air starting today. Let's do that. And forgive me. Yeah. Do you know, I think we talked about paying it forward or it's about, you start the trend, right? You be that big person and ask for forgiveness. I guarantee somebody's going to come back and ask you for forgiveness. It happens that way.
Yes.
You putting it out
making sure everybody's good.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Stubbornness.
Yeah.
You know, that's the stubborn will. I'm just gonna throw this out here. Now, that don't mean go blowing up my father's phone, because you may not like the response you're gonna get. But I do want to put this out here, and I feel like it's important because a lot of people did not know that I lost my grandfather this year. Him and my father had a very strained relationship. I'm actually reading a book called Our Kind of People, because colorism was a thing in our family. My great grandma Lily, she was darker skinned, a very humble woman, but she didn't come from a family that, you know, was connected to wealth and education. And that was a big thing coming from the countryside of North Carolina, where we lived from. And so that relationship was never there between my father and my grandfather. And so he passed away this year, and we didn't find out until the week before I was graduated with my master's in special education. And he passed away in April. We found out the week before my graduation in May. Wow. I'm sharing that because my father felt like, wow, in his final hours, in his final days, he would reach out and say, you know what? I wish I would have done this different. I wish I would have said I could show up in this way. I'm sorry. I wish I could have shown love to you and my grandchildren the way that I needed to. And that never happened. And so how do we find peace and comfort in not being able to reconcile because we let the time go by? I'm sharing that so that people that are listening, family members that may rewatch this, will understand the importance of not just thinking that I have time. I have time to get it right. We underappreciate time. We think that it's automatically going to be there. I could turn around tomorrow and be like, oh, you know what? I was beefing with my best friend for 5 years. We known each other for 20. So they'll be all right if I go a few more months without speaking to them or picking up the phone, or girl, we got in an argument over this, or, you know, your child said something to me that I felt was disrespectful. The reasons why we fall out for people, sometimes as time goes by, it challenges us to say, was it really worth it? So I'm sharing that in hopes that it's going to help somebody else's family this season to say, we actually need to invest in reconciling. We need to invest in forgiveness because time is of the essence. Time's got that right. If y'all don't listen to anything outside of gospel music, there's a song called Essence. And in one of the lyrics, it says that time is of the essence. And so you have to move with that swiftly to be able to build that forgiveness and that reconciliation.
And whoever thinks we got time and they living in 2022, you have been asleep, because it was just Halloween, like yesterday, and now we at Thanksgiving. Come on now.
I was just planting outside my garden, and now the garden had gone away. I said, Lord have mercy.
We ain't got
I saw this post yesterday that said gaslighting versus respectful or responses and phrases. And what you were saying, Dr. Dana, I wanted to share a couple of those so that if this tends to happen, you all don't gaslight the situation, but you'll respectfully respond to the situation. So one of the things says gaslighting is, I'm sorry you felt that way. But the respectful way is, I'm sorry I made you feel that way. I'm sorry that I had something. And I think that's where a lot of people, we don't want to take ownership that even if it may have been them, we rather stay in that sense of pride and you need to do this, you need to do that. And we're putting so much negativity and energy into trying to hold on to something that there's so much liberty in the freedom of letting it go, letting it be something. And I know, you know, some people's situation may be a little bit deeper, but I learned a couple of years ago from watching Queen Sugar when Nova put out that book and the family went left. And this year they are trying to pick it up because they wanted to become a movie. And Aunt Vi, the one that was strong on it, she said that thing brought a lot of pain, but it also, with that pain, brought everything to light so that we can be free, so that we can talk about it. And, you know, us growing up in the Black church, sometimes we knew how to keep those non-conversations done. We kept it in the house, but how much of it festered to begin to create these unhealthy patterns later. So I really challenge you all, like Dr. Danny and Jason, Professor JB is saying, let's be free this year. Let's pull people to the side. Let's have let's start the conversation. You may not finish it, you may not get to the end, but let's start it, because holding on and freeing yourself, that freedom is not for them, it's for you. Even if they don't want to accept it, baby, I put my intentionality, my connections into this moment. Here's one more. It said, gaslighting is, that's not what happened, but being respectful is, that's not how I thought it happened. Or gaslighting, you can't take a joke, but being respectful is, I meant it as a joke, but it came across really wrong. So I really challenge you all, or this is the one that was really big that I was like, okay, I need to work on this. You're overreacting. And they said the respectful way is, I now see that this is a very important issue for you. And as we are to y'all, don't put that underlining shade tone under that. Either be respectful, listen to the person, let the intention and the start of the conversation to be a resolution and a resolve. Don't go in ready to fight. Go in ready to solve it, whatever it's going to take. Because as Jason said, there's so much ready of life to live. And if you're holding on, you are creating so much blockage that freedom could be happening and you could be able to see it in your life.
That's good. Absolutely.
That's my point. It's a good time to reflect on these things too. You know, even to my fellow colleagues that are teachers and educational leaders, you know, the perspectives that we have about families. Like one of the things I'm being very intentional about in my work with this amazing organization called the National Parents Union is making sure that we're dismantling the negative stereotypes of families based off of zip code. Like, oh, if you come from 30311, we know you ghetto, baby. We know you finna come in here and turn the school upside down. And I'm like, that's not everybody's experience. We have to stop boxing people into stereotypes that don't fit them. We have to stop thinking that everybody is the same and taking those notions with us, because it shows up in how we communicate and how we build. And also realizing that people communicate in the moment. So in that moment, I could have been stressed. I could have been distracted. And the way that I communicated may not have shown up the best. But now I'm going to plug back in the reconciliation and the forgiveness to be able to have a sound mind to say, well, you know what? In that moment, maybe that's how you were feeling. But if I come back to you, maybe in another moment, we can connect in a different space. And that energy is received differently and we're able to build and move forward. But we have to be able to practice that restoratively in our families, around the dinner table, in the car when we done pick somebody up from work and we needed to be doing something else, in the classrooms when we are, you know, leading and teaching and educating our youth and young adults. But also, we have to be very mindful of this in the church, that we're not targeting people because of sins that we can outwardly see, but not the things that people are battling on the inside. Because a lot of these things, again, show up in ways that we don't even think about. So I love how people are saying that they love the examples, whether it was the examples about gaslighting, ways to be able to forgive things that just don't come up in our everyday notion of, oh, wow, this is what forgiveness can show up and look like. And I didn't even think about that. So we love the comments this morning, everybody. Thank y'all. Make sure you like and share.
I got a question for all
y'all. Yeah, come on.
Y'all ever had that one person in your family who brings something that y'all can't make out what it is? Like it's like, and you know, you believe, you know, everybody in your family can cook, but it's like there's one questionable item. And so you walk past the, try to overlook, oh, who fixed that? Okay. That is I look at that. Right. I look at that as something similar to like, you can't make out why y'all have this beef. You can't make out why y'all were mad at each other. It's just a mess. It's ugly. It's right there. But what do y'all do with that? Y'all don't eat it, right? Y'all put it in the trash. Y'all put it in the trash when the people leave.
Yeah.
So my thing is this.
Yeah.
Be intentional again when you are leaving Thanksgiving dinner and y'all are having a conversation about forgiveness and reconciliation. Leave that junk that you can't make out what it is, that mess you forgot. It's so ugly, but somebody brought it. Leave it, put it in the trash, and don't bring it back out the trash anymore. Don't bring it back out the trash. Just be done with it. Move on.
The responses to that are wild. It is just, you know, you get that one dish, and I was like, well, I could be that person because I don't cook. But see, I know I don't cook, so I'm not bringing you any dishes. Remember, I'm bringing the legacy work. That's my role. Now, if you are not the cook, I could give you some strategies on things that you can do. Let me tell you, number one area to sign up for, the clean up, take down the stuff committee. Go ahead and sign up for that. It's nothing wrong with that. That's not just a female job, because let me tell you that it was both of my grandparents that taught me how to clean up and keep a house. It was not just a woman's role. Let me go ahead and just state that, because we are in these United States, right? Go ahead and sign up for that committee if you do not cook. But let me also tell you, sign up for that legacy work, right? But then also, and I know it's a lot of Christian households, you may be of the Muslim faith, whatever. We came from a Christian household, but now the kids would go clean up, and grandma and them would be like, okay, now we finna get on the spades table. So if you want to sign up for the spades or the Connect Four table, you know, then you can run that too, but just don't cook, because we know that ain't your lane.
Yeah.
Just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah.
Find your lane.
Yeah.
Yes.
Find your lane.
Find your lane.
Yeah, my little tune up. I tune up a little bit.
And Jason, I know you can cook something.
I
know you can.
I ain't gonna say that, because I have somebody who is listening in, and they'll be trying to make me cook
really
every day.
Cook?
So I ain't gonna go down there. I'm gonna stick with no, I don't cook. No. Oh Lord.
Oh,
yeah, I'm gonna stick with that.
Like you can, you're just choosing not to.
Right.
Is that what's happening?
You know what?
You're just choosing not to. Come on, tell the truth.
Let me tell you that I am looking at the time.
Thanksgiving.
I am looking at the time.
We at the table,
and we are coming down to our final thoughts. I just want to say that I am so thankful for everybody that's connected to the I Win Morning Show. Let us know in the comments how you plan on winning this week. Again, if you're off of work, you have a lot of time to rest, restore, and also reflect. And we're hoping that everybody does that. I am so thankful for these comments. Y'all saw how I just swiftly moved on. Oh Lord, kept on going right on by that.
Ice and soda. There we go.
So thankful for everybody that's tuned in, though. Just powerful comments and, you know, collaboration. We are going to get ready to go into our final thoughts, though, as we are approaching the 8 o'clock hour. But we do have a couple of minutes. I actually want to know what people have planned. Like, how are we? I want to throw this in the mix, just because I can ask this question. How are we giving back to our communities? Because a lot of people are getting ready to shop. So what is on your shopping list? Also, when we talk about your menu, what is on your shopping list? Are you buying Black? Now, you know, I'm just throwing that out there. How are we supporting Black-owned businesses on our menu? Because, you know, my family has a Black-owned business. I'd be remiss to elevate that. And everybody on here has an entity that they represent. So on your menu, people, make sure that you put in your top 3, not your top 5, even though 5 is good, but your top 3, supporting Black and brown owned businesses. And I want to know some of the businesses that you plan on supporting, because if you're shopping for Christmas gifts, what are you getting and where are you getting them from, and how are we putting that money back into our community? So let's get some shout outs, people. And Dr. Danny, JT, the brand master, let us know, what businesses are you all supporting?
Oh, you caught me off guard. I'm not there yet. I'm told y'all I'm still at Halloween. I ain't thought about that far yet. You have to catch me later on.
Y'all ain't thought about shopping. Listen, go to Google. No. Look up Black-owned businesses in your area.
I know where to go.
Oh, you know where to go.
I'm just not there yet.
There yet. My brand, I'm shopping my brand. That's it. But I don't think I've identified. I mean, some soul food restaurants maybe, but I haven't thought about it. I'm going to Neiman Marcus. It's not Black-owned, but I'm gonna go there and do some shopping.
They may have some Black-owned brands at Neiman Marcus. Yeah. They may have some.
Good
question though.
Well, I'm going to get some cologne.
Oh.
You said what?
I said I'm just putting it out there. See, we got stuck on this question, but it is good, because after we've done the spiritual work right with our families, we done had a good time, we've eaten, you know, there's still money to be spent and money to be made. And so I want to put that in our spirits. Now, we may not be thinking about it, but as we get closer throughout the week, you know, we get with our younger cousins, nieces and nephews, they're going to start to want things like, can we go and I want to pick this up? Where we getting our books from? Black-owned bookstore. That's so important. Let me just throw this out there, putting this in our spirits. Giving Tuesday is coming up. You have Lily's Foundation. We support grandparents raising school-age children.
Yes.
You have Helping Empower Youth. Casey Benny's is on. donating to everybody saw the water boys from Atlanta to Baltimore to Chicago. How are we giving back to leaders like Kanisha, KC, myself, Dr. Danny, Tara Gay, Jason Smith, these community leaders? This is where you start to invest, sewing in to people in the community who are giving back. Now, that's my seriousness. I felt my own tone changing there. Like, that is a true blessing where you're able to give back to ministry workers, because a lot of people don't look at the ministry and outreach of nonprofit work as just that. But it is. I'm thinking about parent leaders who are leading organizations that are helping families keep the lights on, food on the table, making sure that parents have what they need during this time. That's ministry. So if you don't know what you plan on doing or how you plan on spending those extra pennies and those dimes and nickels that are coming in to your piggy bank, then again, connecting with nonprofit organizations for Giving Tuesday, helping us serve our communities and families. Of course, you're going to give it back to your church if you're connected to faith-based, but nonprofit organizations for Giving Tuesday is something that is important. Let me just throw that out there. Put that on your menu. Giving back to our community nonprofits for Giving Tuesday. Yes.
I hope we talk more about that next week, since we meet on Monday. Giving Tuesday, because I've got some tips on how we all can support each other.
Yes. Listen, I'm with that, guys. It is so many people. I am like just stumped. It's so many people. The Menifee family, awesome. It's so good to see them on, and their father, amazing brother. He inspired my dad. They have foundation work.
I like their last name.
Yeah. They listen. It's some great people
that.
on this
that
morning.
Sounds
so
rich.
The Menifee family, they are rich and they are blessed. And I taught some of the family members. So I don't want to age myself, because then that sounds really old, because they are grown and doing their thing. But this is amazing, guys. We had some amazing responses. Let's get ready to go right into final thoughts of this show. Again, our big question was, what's on your menu? And it was an amazing conversation. So if you missed our first couple of episodes, I'm going to do the public service announcement again. You have to go to educationalentities.com to connect to those conversations. But let's go right into our final thoughts for today based on our question, what's on your menu?
JT, I'm going to pass it over to you.
Okay, called it in my heart. Final thoughts of today, y'all. Go in with a big plate. Okay, a big plate, not just for the food again, but everything that we've shared. Don't go to Dollar General and just get the little small ones because they're cheaper. Invest in a big plate that has sections, so that you can actually be what you need to be to whoever, and be able to cater to them, as well as putting the types of food that you want, because I'm the person that don't want my food touching. Okay, but I challenge you to go in with a big plate, so not only can you grab what you want, but you have room to grab what others want, so they can see the intentionality of wanting to connect with them and build long-lasting relationships.
That was super dope.
That was so warm and fuzzy.
Yeah, it was. Building relationships. All right.
You are warm and fuzzy this morning, baby. I would say leave wherever you are on Thanksgiving. Leave full. And I'm not talking about to the point where your stomach hurts and you can't fit in your pants. Leave full, but leave full in mind, body, belly, spirit. So leave full, and full meaning leaving fulfilled.
I love
leave that way.
Yeah. I'm about to give you an offering. What's your cash out? That was good right there. Let me swipe
You can leave offerings. Come on now, give an offering. I love that. Let me say, my final thoughts would be being intentional about the legacy that you want to leave. How you show up is so important. If you are the cook, make sure that dish that you cook in love is something that's going to stand out, where people are going to be like, you know what? I remember that sweet potato pie. I remember that roasted chicken. I remember A, B, and C. Make sure that whatever you're bringing to the table, you're intentional about that work, that it connects to legacy. Yeah. It's all about legacy, y'all. I want to make sure that we hear that more often. Legacy can be what you leave in land, what you leave in riches, but also what you leave for the next generation to be able to hold within their hearts and say, this is what makes me show up as my best self. So be intentional about the legacy that you want to leave. And this was such a powerful show. I felt like I was able to get me a good word, but get a good laugh in, get some good information, share with people, and go ahead and tackle the day. I don't know how y'all feel, but that was my ending on feeling.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. I got to get me a fancy coffee
I'm getting
mug
me a
like
coffee
that.
cup. Y'all I got to get a cup first of all, because all I have is empty water bottles sitting around me. But
Well, let me tell you something. We can work that out. If you give me a
Tuesday.
sweatshirt, I'll get you a mug.
Yeah. That was a reminder. If you
Listen.
guys had watched the other show, that we were supposed to be getting these sweatshirts. So let me just represent the Wakanda
upstairs.
that it's gonna come in.
I did. Well, hold on. I did go get them before I put my car in the shop. They are upstairs. I just didn't have a chance to give them to y'all. But all y'all can see. Did y'all like this one, the Black Creative Genius?
Yes.
Y'all want the worship?
Let's get a close up of that one, please.
One of these?
Nice.
Oh, Black Creative Genius.
This is all coming out on Black Friday. Okay, this is one of the brands, Black Creative Genius, is coming out. So, which one y'all want? Y'all want this or y'all want the Worship Ground Seat Repeat?
I like to have multiple options, so I'll say both.
Yeah, both.
Yeah, I'll say both.
We have not because we asked not.
Asking, you shall receive. And
That's
listen,
right.
guys, I am asking that if you are tuned in, you come back on next week.
Yeah, he did that.
You come back on next week, 7:15 a.m. for the I Win morning show. Y'all, we love this space to be able to help people start off the work week right. Shout out to everyone who is supporting this. Allen's Printing Company that helps fuel this work through Lily's Foundation. And again, Lily's Foundation today at 12 noon, we will be spreading some holiday cheer with the seniors at Abernathy Tower, the seniors and grandparents at Abernathy Towers, just for our Hour of Power today, bringing them some food for the holiday as we close out the year, and some other things. But to help us continue doing this work, I need you to go to liliesfoundation.org to donate and support. We support and empower grandparents and seniors raising school-age children. I love my grandparents. Now, I don't know if everybody loves their grandparents, because I have been reading some stories where, some young people haven't been so respectful of their grandparents. But I know for most people, you love and respect your grandparents. So if you do, consider supporting us. All right, y'all. It's Monday. I'm excited about the week. I wish this conversation could go on and on, but hey, that's why you guys got to check us out next week, 7:15 a.m. And Dr. Dan is going to have the mug and the glasses. JT is going to have the sweatshirts. And I'm going to have the public service announcements.
Yes.
Awesome. Happy
All right,
holidays,
everyone.
everybody.
We hope you have a great day. Peace and love. It is 8:05. Let's go ahead and make the day get started. Do what it do, everybody. Peace and love. Wakanda forever.
Wakanda
King's
forever.
Disease. Make sure y'all download that. I love that album. It's so good.